Maths is essential to everyday life, and it is the language of science, technology, and engineering. My name is Sophia, and I'm the one in 1.3 family. Alright, so as a homeschool family, we follow a curriculum called the ACE, which is the Accelerated Christian Education Curriculum. If you want to find out more about this curriculum, please check out the link above. Alright, so when the children were younger, we did a mix.
The best thing about homeschooling is that normal schoolers can't ride or walk outside in the rain if they're at school.
Is it?
But if we're homeschooled, we can.
Okay. We did a mixture of learning. We were quite eclectic in style, found different resources, different books that I liked, and I put them together and teach my children. So we did a bit of unschooling, depending on the month or the mood. We did a bit of homeschooling, well, that was our main homeschool method. And we just did a bit of just living, because we think of homeschooling as a lifestyle. As the children have gotten older, our learning has definitely become a lot more structured. And this is why I opted for a curriculum like the ACE, which have these booklets, which we call PACEs. And again, to find out more about our ACE curriculum and how we use it, click on the link below. Alright, so with me as a parent, my goal is that my children will achieve their full potential. And the way that I work is that I'd like to work backwards. So I start from the end goal, I start with the end goal in mind, and then I find out what we need to do, what we need to have in order for the children to get to where they want to be. Now, as we know with teenagers, they will change their mind constantly about what they want to do, what they want to be. And again, that's okay. But I will look at my children, see what giftings they have inside of each of them, and from there, I'll build my curriculum based on that. Alright, so you've seen a few videos with my daughter who talks a lot about politics and English and history and her rabbit and things like that. But my son Tiago, the middle one, he wants to be a mechanical engineer. He says that he doesn't want to have a job where he has to work indoors. He wants to be outdoors all the time. He's very good with his hands. He's very mechanical, very mathematical. So I've been thinking in my mind how I can make that learning come to life a bit more. Because obviously with the PACEs, they're very much like workbook methods. So I use the PACEs, use the objectives and the goals that are within here, and I use that to build upon this knowledge and think about what else I could bring to his daily homeschool to make his learning a bit better. To be an engineer, he needs to work on the STEM subjects. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So they're the things that we're working on a bit more strongly now that he would be in Key Stage 4 if he was at school. So in this video, I will be talking to you about maths and talking to you about some of the online tools that I've used in the past to help with my children's maths knowledge. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in hearing more about how I homeschool teens, some tips and tricks that I have used with them as well. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 learning platforms. So the first one is Seneca Learning. Now Seneca Learning is an amazing platform. It's an online platform. I used a free version with Malaya and Tiago, but I used a paid version for my son Enriquez, which helps him with some of his A-level goals. It's also good for children using it for the IGCSE, which is the International General Certificate of Secondary Education, used here in the UK. Now Seneca Learning doesn't just cover maths, it covers all different platforms, from English to history, to science, to 11 plus subjects. So it covers a full range of different things with different syllabuses, different exam boards, and it's a gamification platform. So what that means is children are basically playing games at the same time as learning. It also incorporates memorization and exam style questions. You can actually use this curriculum for your main maths homeschool curriculum if you wanted to, and then you could supplement the other resources by buying things, buying other manipulatives, other resources, other things like that to help you build upon this core. Seneca Learning gives questions to your child based on how they answered previous questions. So it's part of a hyper-learning system where it's analysing all the time, analysing data and thinking about what your child needs to work on. So it will focus on the areas of strength and it will also focus on the areas of weakness because it has a really good algorithm. So I really recommend that you should try it if you'd like to. Check in the link below as it will take you straight to the website. The second platform that I recommend is Conquer Maths. Now, Conquer Maths isn't free, you do have to pay for it. You can get a 50% discount from me if you want to. Like a lot of my students get a discount for 50% if they want to purchase it through my business. But anyway, even so, they do have a free 2-week trial, I think, at the very bottom. So again, you can check it out, try it out, and have some, you can get some examples of what the lessons are like, what the diagnostic test is like, and if it will be right for your child or not. I'd recommend Conquer Maths for those families who are using a UK-based syllabus with their children or want their child to go through GCSEs or A-levels again. I wouldn't recommend it for children who are using it from outside the UK, only because the way that they teach things are slightly different in terms of the language and the way that they work out different questions. I mean, maths is maths at the end of the day, but I did find that with my children, when I tried to use Conquer Maths to help them with learning the concept, it didn't always relate back to the way that it was taught inside their paces. So you still could use it if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it. At the bottom of the Conquer Maths screen, there are also 3 different games that you can play with your child to help them to practice their times table skills and some problem solving skills as well. So Conquer Maths, again, recommended by me. And the third online curriculum tool that I recommend would be Khan Academy. If you have a student who are using the ACE curriculum, Khan Academy works really well for them. It follows a very similar structure that you would find in the ACE curriculum. So basically, the way it works in America and the way that it works in the UK is that in the UK we just teach maths. Maths is covered in all year group, a little bit of arithmetic, a little bit of mental strategies, a little bit of geometry, a little bit of fractions. That all comes up in maths, and you just they develop as they go on, so the learning gets harder and harder. In the US-based system, they have K to 8, where they do maths, the same sort of way, where it's like a little bit of each. But as the child moves on and gets a little bit older, they start doing topical maths, which I'll be talking about on my next video, where I discuss the differences between the GCSE or IGCSE and the ICCE in terms of how they learn their maths. With Khan Academy, you will need to sign up for a parent account and then also sign your children up individually for a child account also. We like to use Khan Academy to dip in and out of topics that they might not understand. So if there was a concept that I thought, you know what, let's go a bit deeper, I always go to YouTube, because I love my YouTube, but I also would go to Khan Academy to help them with a skill that they weren't too sure of. So there you have it. There's my recommendations for 3 online learning platforms that will help your child with maths. This is not all. I've got a lot more that I want to say regarding maths. On my other video, I will be discussing the differences between the ICCE and the IGCSE, looking at the syllabus and comparing both of them. Okay, so there you have it. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot more that I would like to discuss about maths, so that's all I have for you today. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Hi. Now these Whatsits are not sponsored in any way. There's no affiliate links to do these Whatsits. Just let you know.